a lot of the time, because our society, I feel like, has progressed so far away from what comes naturally to us as humans, like we put all these rules and structures and expectations on ourselves to act in certain ways. So for example, when you think of work culture, 9 to 5 work culture, I personally don't believe that human beings are designed to be operating like machines in that way, because we are cyclical. Like we don't have, it's not like from 9 to 5 we're at like peak optimal performance. Some days we wake up and we're like at peak performance, and some days we wake up and we feel like shit. But the culture that we have built around us forces us to be the same every day and be like a robot.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, like, when I think of natural being better, I'm thinking more of like, okay, so things that, like, if there were no structures, if our minds hadn't had created all these rules and systems, how would we behave? That's like what comes naturally as a human being. What do I actually want to be doing? And I think when I think about it like that, and that's what informs my beliefs, then it would be, if you are also someone who thinks like that, it'll be easy to think that all technology is bad, because it's like technology equals new systems. And what if the new systems deviate us more from our natural tendencies and our natural desires?
Yeah, it's interesting because
Does that make
like,
sense?
yeah, the if you think back to like, whatever we believe about the origins of human life, and maybe we started on the plains of Africa or whatever, back then we would have been moving around a lot, doing different things every day. And then kind of as we develop technology and systems, we kind of start putting ourselves in boxes and then
Yes.
staying in that box every day.
Yes.
But then what's interesting is with machine learning and automation, is kind of starting to bring us back to being able to do
Yeah.
all the stuff that we want to do every day, because
Yeah.
it gets rid of the things that we're forced to do.
Yes.
Right. So it kind of will bring us back in this circle to like, now our quality of life is way better, but we also have all this time to kind of discover again.
Yeah. And that's what it boils down to. I feel like I really would love to see our society be a place where no one's forced to do anything that they don't want to do. Because I think we've come a long way from, for example, when we're watching Bridgerton on Netflix, which is, I don't even know what era specifically it is, but it's about like English society, and there's all these rules and regulations of how one must act and how one must speak and things like that. And there's all these rules that prevent people from expressing themselves authentically, because they have to fit themselves into this box of how a woman should be, how a man should be. But as we move forward, and even now, it's like, even from that era to now, we have made monumental progress in discarding some of that bullshit.
System, yeah.
And some of those dumb,
systems.
some of those dumb, and we're like returning back to, it's like, okay, we don't have to do, like, a woman does not have to do, like, I don't know how to move forward with that thought. Sorry. I'm like,
yeah, we don't have to follow, like, it's complexity for the sake of complexity.
Yes.
It's like they were bored and they were like, okay, like, what are we gonna do now? Okay, let's act like this. Let's make it like interesting, right? Let's like make these rules and turn life into this game.
Yeah, it's
Right.
literally a game.
Yeah.
Because I guess they had money, right? Like, was that era after the Industrial Revolution, or I don't know what I'm talking.
I think in Bridgerton,
What is the Industrial Revolution?
I think they were like, they probably had, I don't know what era that is actually supposed to be.
Yeah,
but
because it's also kind of not
it's
historically.
it's more recent, but they had horse and buggy, so they maybe
Do you think they had trains?
they might have had trains.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, at least those people, because they had people that were working under them. The people who were the servants were basically like what the robots will become for us in a way. Probably, like, they will automate the tasks that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like, the people who lived in high society then, they could live like that and not do anything and just play this like elaborate game
Yeah.
because all of their basic survival needs were being taken care of by other human beings. But now where I think with artificial intelligence, it's like we're moving into a space where we can return. Well, first of all, more people will have access to that leisurely lifestyle.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
And
it won't be at the expense.
If you imagine like a hierarchy of people, where like one side is like the bottom and the other side is the top, it kind of just like shifts everyone into like the positive direction.
Yeah, in like a more leisure
It doesn't
life.
necessarily change the order of like power, but
Yes.
it moves everyone in the direction of more freedom.
Yes. And now it won't be at the expense of other people like it
Yes.
was in that society.
Yes.